Hey everybody, welcome to the beautiful city of Vorkuta. Vorkuta. Vorkuta is a town in the Komi Republic, in the very northern tip of this Russian republic, in Siberia, and a town that is above the Arctic Circle, the fourth biggest town above the Arctic Circle. There's Tromsø, Murmansk, and something else. The population of Vorkuta is declining. They lost 50% of their inhabitants since the Soviet Union because, well, it's miserable up here. It's freezing. This is, by the way, the 67th parallel in latitude, longitude, which indicates, I think, the Arctic Circle, this monument here. But yeah, they lost many inhabitants, from 100,000 to 50,000, something in that range. Since the downfall of the Soviet Union, industry went away, was privatized, there's no jobs. And what's left of the city is, amongst some Redditors, known to be Russia's harshest, roughest city. Loads of empty apartments, quality of the greenery, as you might expect, so high up the north, is very low, poor living standards, and I would say we just see what it's like. What official Google Street View captured here in June 2013. Keep in mind that this is June, and now how summery does it look to you? Well, there's snow laying everywhere still, as you will see shortly. Other than that, I have no precise plan as to where exactly I want to go here. I think I just want to have a look around, head to the city center and see who's about and what's going on in Vorkuta. Am I pronouncing this correctly? Vorkuta. There's the sun, which maybe doesn't even set this time of the year here in June. And yeah, there are loads of these prefab houses that they build for the workers and families of the coal mining industries that were here, but there are also some other buildings, such as this one, which is, not astonishingly nice, but somehow it's a different style. It's a little bit more aristocratic, one might even say. He is having a good old zip. Yeah, what a place. If you're young, growing up in such a place, I think all you can think of is going to the bigger cities. Like, Moscow maybe, or maybe the big Siberian cities. Krasnoyarsk, Novosibirsk, these kind of places. Because, it should be a fair point to say it looks rough here. Rough. Maybe it's quite smoggy. I mean, I'm sure that there are all these boys around. I'm sure that many of you, well, if you're a little bit interested in the geography of Russia, know about Norilsk. This here is not too dissimilar. And I've also made a video about Bratsk, which was run down as well, but lots of shenanigans going on. Here it's just more or less harsh rundownness that, for the soft-minded, soft-hearted European soul is hard to take, really. In winter, this is summer now, keep this in mind, this is the heart of summer. In winter, it can get minus 40, highest recorded low minus 52. I think here in summer, well, it is summer now and people wear jackets. I would assume it might be around 0 degrees. Perhaps you get a bit of plus degrees. Oh, look at this. Looks like from some 1984 kind of novel, huh? There's nothing. There's no advertising. There's no grass, trees. There's really nothing. Nothing grows here, I guess, other than these branches. This is probably some Dvorec Kultury Szachterov. I think this means Palace of Culture, named after Szachterov. And I guess this is one of the central squares here in Vorkuta. People are about, strolling. Wow, this street is busy. Let's go down this street and see what everyone is shopping and buying. Here's a little magazine, like a shop, where people can get things. Nice old bus. This was, yeah, cars. This is about as dirty as your car would be after 1 hour of driving around here. Maybe it's smoggy, which might have to do with the wintry conditions. I'm not sure about the smog level in these kind of places, but I would think it's high. Kind of a nice, decent block. If it had 3 stories more, it could be just also in Moscow. Yeah, city centers have some good built stuff, you know. It's not just thrown in here, erected so quickly. There are some nice old buildings. You know, when these cities were built, erected basically in the middle of nowhere, housing was, you know, kept cheap, quick to assemble, but there would be these houses like this, which might have been a cinema, a swimming pool, a house of culture and events that looked a bit more decent, you know, and a bit more money had been invested. Wow. Summery day. He's just wearing one jacket. It's a very, very summer day here in June in Vorkuta. I would imagine that in these kind of places where you have winter for almost all year round. I mean, I guess technically that's still kind of winter here, but that, you know, a few rays of sun are actually very, very special and feel very, very special if you have to wait so long for it. Here, another central intersection of Vorkuta. This house was a coal mining academy or something like this. If you want to be a coal miner back in the days, there's still you would go to this kind of place here. Here you see some tools maybe used in the coal mining industry, some hammers and some sports guy and some, as it is in the Soviet Union, and afterwards some street cleaners, although street cleaning was mostly done by women, to my knowledge, in the Soviet Union. But nice to see that equality has taken over in Vorkuta as well. Other than that, well, low sky, endless roads, incredible amount of dust coming from buses like these that have been built during the Russian Empire. Really, I would say we go straight this main road. You can imagine that in winter it's so cold here that you have to leave the engine of your car running. You need 5 pairs of gloves and so on and so forth. Life is very, very harsh out here, you know. It's tiring. I can imagine that people move away, but at the same time people might feel especially proud of their city because of these living conditions. I mean, I can only speculate now, but being from Norilsk or Vorkuta or Arkhangelsk, Murmansk, like very harsh living conditions, but maybe people feel a little bit like, this is our city, you know. This one has windows on the side, this one as well. Often they have no windows on the side, so I'm glad to see some innovation has been put into place here. And I'm going to have a look at some more residential areas here in Vorkuta. Black Zhiguli, always a nice sight. Houses are colorful. Norilsk as well, the same kind of phenomenon. I never really understood why that is the case in these very cold places. I thought humorously it's because so that people find their house again. Let's go here and have a look at the outskirts a little bit more. Cute. This is all pretty cute. Gastronome, maybe this is some cafeteria. Yeah, what a place, huh? Very picturesque, fair to say. Photographers must love it. It's very picturesque. Lower story buildings are older. I don't want to say from Stalin era, but maybe from around that time. Alright, that's this part. Let's have a look at this one here. If we can. Do you see also like that the scale is crazy? Like somehow so small these people, and you can look so far, and at the same time it doesn't, because the buildings are not so high, you know, you don't really feel like the scale is so massive, but somehow it is. I think with these industrial cities, I think they are very unproportionately large. So that you can walk a lot and stay healthy. Some kind of Soviet mural still going strong here. Must be really weather resistant paint. More stars dancing about on the side of the house. A brick house. That's nice to see. I don't know if that means that it's older. Like usually you get houses out of these prefabricated elements, but if it's a brick building, maybe it means it's more special. Alright, there's really not much happening here. Let's have a look over here. I don't know what car that is. It's some old Russian Volga, maybe. Vorkuta, by the way, is also the name of the river. Oh, well, it is the name of the river, and that's why the city is called Vorkuta. Let's put it like this. Is not a coincidence, you know. Nice wooden church standing here. That is something you might find quite often in these, even in these desolate environments. That is money to build an Orthodox church, which is nice. And yeah, where else should we look on the map of Vorkuta? We have been in the city center. Here we haven't really been. Yeah, I don't even find it spooky. I'm just also fascinated by the living conditions here. I mean, it's just, in the end of the day, you have a hopefully heated home, you have a shop, you have a theater, but it's probably fine, you know. The only thing that makes me say it's so desolate is because how things look, but it's largely due to the climatic conditions. Maybe lack of investment. Look at this bin. Wow. Radina. Kino Theater Radina. If I'm reading this correctly. Maybe was here. Or is here. Wow. Nice lamps. Now these men here don't joke around, you can just tell. Leather jacket. And nice shoes. It's another monument. Coal miner. Yeah, somehow it is. I mean, what kind of car was this? If this was your bus or your marshrutka, Yeah, I mean, somehow it's also this kind of place where you find just stuff standing about here or there, you know. Yeah, everything looks a little bit randomly compiled if you don't have greenery connecting all of it. I don't know who he is, but I don't know. I don't think it's Pushkin, who would otherwise be found in such kind of scenarios. Every road just looks so dreadful. I guess in winter, which is probably when Google should have done these street views, it looks a bit better. Everything is a bit nicer. It's not so dusty, it's not so dirty. But yeah, if the weather is like this is your garage. Nice chit chat. Yeah, what a place, really, huh? What a place. I think I will leave it here before I see even more strange stuff. Everything looks like a art scene, you know? Wow. Wow. Mini market continent. Old factory building has been reused, I think. That's what's going on here. Yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool. With this nice site, I will definitely leave it now before the video gets an hour long, which I think I could easily do just browsing around here. And yeah, is it the harshest city you've ever seen? I'm not sure. I think it's quite atmospheric. But yeah, probably it was also a closed city in Soviet times, you know? Not everyone could go. But I actually don't know. So let's not talk about it. Thanks very much for watching, and I see you when I see you. Bye bye.